Welcome back to this video about the name and the meaning of the word for the element carbon. If you're familiar with my research, you can skip now to the main body of the video. If you're new, a special welcome. My name is Hugh Evans. I'm author of Origin of the Zodiac. And it is whilst researching the star maps of Gwynedd, which is the origin of the modern zodiac we know today, in the mountains of northwest Wales, that I realised that they'd been created by an ancient people who had watched and mapped the stars for thousands, maybe tens of thousands of years. And to do this, you must have an appropriate and robust numeral system. And I researched that, and that was the subject of my second book, The Origin of Numbers. And in that book I put in as an aside the origin of the name and the meaning for the element carbon. And it is recently that I saw another video on YouTube where the presenter had just copied and pasted the meaning from Wikipedia. And the meaning of the word carbon is far better and greater than the meaning we've been given in the online dictionaries. So if we go online, the word carbon, we are told, is from the Latin carbo, and ultimately from Proto-Indo-European, from the word, I have to read this, ker, which means to burn. And if you do a little bit more research, you will find that the origin of the word carbo in Latin is unknown or uncertain, and the origin of ker in Proto-Indo-European is also uncertain. So really, they're saying they don't know. Well, I'd like to present a different explanation for the origin, the meaning of the word for the element carbon. And that is made of two words, car and bon. That's quite radical, isn't it? Carbon is made from car and bon. Both these two words are part of a verbal language where the words are shared with many other words. So it is impossible to reverse the meaning of carbon into the language, because you would change all the other words. So this is in part the proof of the origin of the word carbon. So what does car and bon mean? Well, it's not a surprise that car means a carriage, a framework, because we get the modern day words car or carriage from this original word. But it also means family and lineage, friends. And the word bon means stump, base, stem, and it can be used figuratively also for nobility or lineage, a sense of continuity through ages, whether it's a tree or something like that, or a culture. So let's put those two words together. Carbon means a framework of lineage, the carriage of life in time and space. So I imagine our ancient ancestors had a great understanding of what carbon was, and it was inherited into Latin. Our ancient ancestors must have taken a bit of tree, or a twig, or maybe an animal or something like that, or even a human body. And if you take out all the gases, all the water, any other gases that will escape from the living organism, what are you left with? You're left with carbon, the living framework. So our ancient ancestors must have understood that all the information for life was contained within the framework that was left once the gases had been evaporated from the body. So they must have had a sense also that through families, the characteristics that are continued through generations were also part of that blueprint in the framework. Maybe they had a sense that carbon was the centre of our DNA, and thousands of years before it was inherited into Latin. So I hope you have enjoyed this explanation for the origin of the word carbon. And in the next video, I hope to be explaining the origin of the word Beltane, which is the cross-quarter day at the start of May, the May bank holiday or holiday at the beginning of May. So please, if you want to find that out, subscribe, ring the bell, give it a thumbs up, and that will help share it to other people who also might be interested. Thank you.